Welcome back, everybody. Thanks again for stopping by. And if you could, don't forget to like, subscribe, and maybe even share the video. And hopefully some of this information will be able to help you on your journey to becoming a web developer as well. Stay tuned. We're going to be going over Node.js, Express authorization, authentication using JSON Web Tokens and sessions. What we started doing this week, we're still in the back end, Node.js, but this time we're dealing with authorization and authentication. And because I have my side project, I was kind of on hold on the right way to do it because my side project also has authorization, authentications and stuff like that, and permissions that need to go around. And so I'm sitting here thinking, okay, how am I gonna do this? I know I have to do data tables and everything, and we just so happen to be covering it this week. And so I was like, all right, I'll just wait for this. And so we started doing sessions first using Next. And sessions, what that does is it deals with cookies. You can set it so that, say you want a user to log in, you can set restrictions and stuff like that so that if the user is not logged in, you have a function set aside, and that function is going to check whether or not there's something in the cookie saying that the user is logged in. So it's kind of like holding state for the back end. So when I said that Express is pretty much like React for the back end, I meant that. It does a very similar thing. So hold state, it's kind of like putting a true or false flag. So if the person is logged in, then the flag will be set to true and they'll be able to navigate to wherever you give them access to. You can also set restrictions saying that if this person is not an admin, then they can't enter this area, or if this person is only a student, they can enter this area. If this person is like a teacher, they can enter this area. So really cool way to give permissions and stuff like that. We also kind of deep dived a little bit into extra territory, just going over .env files, the importance of it, how to use them, making sure that you put them in your .ignore file so that they don't get sent up along with all your secret keys and everything, which was pretty cool. Like, I was already using them and all that, but I was kind of doing it all manually. I wasn't using the .env MDN package, so it was a surprise to me just to know that one existed. Pretty cool. But that came also with a lot of rules that I didn't know before, so I was able to go through and look at the proper way to write one and the proper way to import it and everything. So that was pretty cool. After we finished with session, we went over JSON Web Tokens and how they work. And JSON Web Tokens work in a very similar way, but they are a lot more secure. Everything is kind of like real secret, not really something that you can track or really crack. I mean, I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere out there is hacking his life away, figuring it out and all that. But essentially, the whole point of JSON Web Tokens is that it's considered stateless. It's not something that can be mutated the way that sessions can. In sessions, when you want to log somebody out, you just do a destroy function. You can just do that. Now in JSON Web Token, you have to kind of go a little bit above and beyond just to be able to do that, because you can't just say, okay, the token's expired, it's no longer good now because you hit the logout button. You have to pretty much create a database, and if I'm understanding this correctly, because I haven't actually done it yet, I just did some research on my own, but you have to create a database, and pretty much when you want somebody to log out, you have to make it so that that token is sent to that database. And then anytime somebody logs in, you want to create a function that will double check if that token that they're given has already been used before, in which case it'll give them a new token. And so you also want to create another function that will go into that database and scrub old tokens out. That way you're not just creating this ginormous database from like 20, 30, 40 thousands of users, however many you have going to your website, because that'll be hogging a lot of space in your server, your database. And so, I mean, it seems half complex and half not complex. It's kind of straightforward. It's just a method of how you build all that and how you make it work. So I think for smaller projects, sessions would probably be the way to go in order to just maintain that smaller program or project. and have that same effect of logging in and out. But I think for a larger scale program, maybe something like they say Facebook and Google and all the other stuff that has like millions of users and stuff, I would probably go with JSON Web Token just for the added security. So that's pretty much what we've gone over. We're not even done yet. Like, today's only Thursday, and so we still have today's lecture and then tomorrow's sprint. So far I'm feeling pretty comfortable about it. I'm really enjoying the back end. Our instructor Luis Hernandez is amazing. I mean, real cool dude, real chill. He jokes and laughs and all that stuff, but at the same time he goes out of his way to explain the code and lets you know beforehand, hey, this is in this portion I want you to follow along with me and code with me, and in this portion I want you to just listen to me, watch me code, and then you guys I'll give you time to catch up. So he lets you know that beforehand, which is really important because that kind of gives you like an identifier, knowing that, hey, this section here is going to be pretty deep and I want to make sure that you guys understand the concepts of what is going on. He's pretty amazing. So far the PMs have been pretty amazing. I think everybody's kind of coasting through. There's a few topics that people are having issues with, but you know, just through deep diving and through reading more and going through training kit and stuff like that, we're able to kind of, you know, pick all that information up, asking other students who do understand the topics. I've seen a lot of people just, you know, flood any questions that are on there and try to help each other out. So that's the beauty of being able to go to a code school. Bonus information. So this week I actually started as a project manager for the part-time full stack web part-time 4 group. So I've got my own group of students and everything, and it's pretty awesome. I'm able to tell you guys now more information about the part-time courses and how their schedule is and everything, and I'll probably cover that in another video. More so talking about the experience right now. It's a very different experience being able to lead a big group of people and try to get them into the direction that you went, you know, and maybe even do better than you and understand the material better and accept the material better. A lot of the stuff in the course, you know, will change by the time that they go through it than from when I went through it. And so you have to kind of be able to adapt to that and do your own research and everything. People will be asking questions about things that you may have even forgotten because they've been so long. And so you have to kind of think on your feet and be able to either research it or, you know, test it out yourself. There's been a lot of times somebody would ask a question about a project they're working on. I'll ask them for the link, or I'll just create my own project real quick, test it out, and then, you know, give them hints or whatever the case is. So kind of a fine line between giving somebody too much information and giving them not enough information, you know. So far it's been a great experience. I love the fact that they're like, you know, they're excited about this, because I've been excited about this since day one. And so being able to help other people who are in the same position I was in when I first started doing these YouTube videos, it's really amazing, you know, being able to see that change in people and knowing that at one point I'm going to be at the end of Lambda, and, you know, other people are going to be starting it, and they're going to be going through a lot of the same things that I already went through. So real excited about that. As the time goes by and we experience more stuff, I'll try to give you guys some perspective on how the part-time works. So if you guys are interested in that, feel free to just ask me down below in the comments, and I'll do the best I can to answer those questions for you. And that's pretty much it. If you guys have anything for me, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come over here and watch the video. I'll see you guys next time.